Welcome. At its core, integrity is the act of making ethical choices even when you are entirely unobserved. It is the decision to do what is right when doing what is wrong carries no immediate penalty. We can break this down into three distinct dimensions. Personal integrity is staying true to your own values. Academic integrity requires submitting your own original work, especially when sitting for high-stakes UNEB exams. And professional or social integrity means acting honestly within a group, like a prefect accurately reporting an incident involving a friend. This flowchart represents a tool we call the internal compass. It is a logical framework for navigating difficult moral choices in real time. The first step is to pause. You stop and consider the potential consequences of your action. Next, you evaluate. You ask yourself directly, does this action align with the truth and with my school's values? The final step is to decide. You choose the path that maintains your character, regardless of the difficulty or the convenience of taking a shortcut. Establishing this strong personal character is a prerequisite. You have to understand your own moral baseline before you can attempt to write a convincing argumentative essay on ethics. Welcome. At its core, integrity is making ethical choices even when you are unobserved. It is the decision to do what is right, when doing wrong carries no immediate penalty. We can break this down into three distinct dimensions. Personal integrity is staying true to your own values. Academic integrity requires submitting your own original work, especially for UNEB exams. Professional integrity means acting honestly in a group, like accurately reporting an incident involving a friend. This flowchart is the internal compass, a framework for navigating difficult choices. First, pause and consider the consequences. Next, evaluate. Does this align with truth and my school's values? Finally, decide. Choose the path that maintains your character, regardless of difficulty. Establishing this strong personal character is a prerequisite. You must understand your moral baseline before writing a convincing argumentative essay on ethics. Writing an argumentative essay on integrity requires translating those personal morals into a highly structured, persuasive format that an examiner can grade. A strong essay relies on a standard four-part framework: an introduction, 2 body paragraphs, and a conclusion. But to make that structure truly persuasive, you need to pull specific rhetorical devices from your toolkit. The first device is the rhetorical question. By asking, if we lose our integrity as students today, what kind of leaders will we be tomorrow in Uganda? You force the reader to actively think about the future, rather than just passively reading your statements. Next is emotive language. Specific word choices appeal directly to a reader's feelings. Upgrading a simple observation to "the decay of integrity is a tragedy" frames the issue with appropriate moral weight. Finally, use the rule of 3. Grouping your arguments in triads, like stating that integrity requires honesty, courage, and accountability, creates maximum cognitive impact and makes your points easier to remember. Deploying these rhetorical devices within a rigid structure elevates a simple moral opinion into an undeniable, high-scoring argument. The first major hurdle in drafting your essay is the thesis statement. This cannot be a vague observation. It must be a single sentence that takes a definitive position on the issue. Let's test this. Read the prompt on screen. Integrity is the most important quality for a student leader. Pause the video right now and write down your own one-sentence thesis statement, taking a clear position for or against this prompt. Welcome back. An ideal thesis statement for this prompt might read, because it fosters trust and ensures accountability, integrity stands as the single most critical quality for effective student leadership. The second major challenge is constructing a counter-argument in your second body paragraph. Think of your essay as a scale. You have to introduce an opposing view, like the argument that strict rule enforcement is actually more important than personal integrity, without accidentally destroying your own thesis. The technique here is to briefly acknowledge the validity of the opposing view, and then forcefully pivot back to your main thesis. You prove why your position still carries more weight. To execute that pivot effectively, move from abstract ideas to concrete ethical terms. Use precise vocabulary like accountability, principle, transparency, and corruption to dismantle the counterargument. Correctly balancing and outweighing a counterargument proves to the examiner that you possess critical thinking skills, capable of addressing multiple perspectives. Mastering ethical writing is the result of combining the moral clarity of your internal compass with strict structural discipline. Here is your ethical writing cheat sheet. It starts with your moral baseline. Use the pause, evaluate, and decide loop to arrive at a clear ethical stance on the prompt. Next, organize your thoughts using the core architecture. Introduction with thesis, body 1 for evidence, body 2 for the counterargument pivot, and a strong conclusion. Finally, apply the finishing touches. Use rhetorical questions, emotive language, and the rule of 3 to actively persuade your reader. Mastering these tools guarantees higher grades and positions you as a future leader capable of inspiring real change. For more O-level content across all subjects, visit www.yaka.cc. Keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next lesson.